What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Femi Abdul Show. Today, we are going over my short-term portfolio, which is my under 2 years portfolio. This video is for the people that liked my long-term portfolio, but also wanted to know how I can just sit by and watch my long-term portfolio move so slowly. This is how I have a short-term portfolio where I get to have a little bit more fun and play around with the market. My short-term portfolio is different from my long-term portfolio because my long-term portfolio is based on everything 5 years and above for the most part. And my short-term portfolio is based on everything 2 years and below. So my short-term portfolio, I can do 2-year plays, 1-year plays, 2-week plays, 1-day plays. So this is also a portfolio where I do day trading with the options market. And that's pretty much it. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. This is also for the more aggressive players. I would not recommend options your first year. I would not recommend anything shorter than a month option your first year. I am not your financial advisor. I would not follow what I'm doing. I would strongly advise you do your own research, and let's get straight into it. My short-term account is managed as follows. I go long-term first, then short-term, then I do day in, day out, basically. So I would do a long-term options, solidify all my long-term options. I would enter when possible, when I see a clean entry. And then for my midterm, I usually enter right after my long-term, and then my daily outputs, my daily options are whenever I feel like it, to be honest. As far as today, I did trade. I made a couple $100 and I got out and then came back and the market crashed on me, or a little pullback on me. So life is life. Shit happens. We'll get used to it. You just have to roll with the punches at this point. But without further ado, this is intro to my short-term account. So I'm not going to go crazy in depth. It's just going to be the basics. I'm just going to show you guys where I started, what we're at for the year, because I did start this account last year in May, and this is just my year review, basically. We'll call it that, since I haven't done one yet. Let's get straight into it. All right, you guys, so this is how my account looks. This isn't really how my account should look, to be honest, because let's go to the summary. That'll probably give you a better look. All right, guys, this is how my account looks. There's a couple things that looks weird. It just doesn't make sense. I couldn't really separate some things, so let's just get some things straight real quick. So my account is like this because last year when I did start trading, because I didn't start off and I wasn't consistent in the beginning, I took money out and put money back in, took money out and put money back in. So every time I withdrew money out of this account or transferred money from this account to my long-term account, it counted it as a loss. There are sharp drawdowns that aren't curvy because they're just times I pulled out a couple $1,000 here and there and put it back in, or put some back in but not all, and then took more out and then took more out. And then sometimes I just transferred money out. But over the past 2 years, since this is my second year technically, but it's still only been 365 days. I just started mid last year, so here we are. But since this is my second year, I started off apparently, let's see, May 07 or 06 last year. I'm not, like, as y'all know, I just freeball my videos most of the time. I am trying to be a little bit more structured, but it is what it is. Let's just keep going. So I started May 06 last year. I didn't really do anything up until it looks like around, it's kind of hard to tell looking at this, but I'm pretty sure I didn't do anything up until maybe probably June 1st, maybe. Because this is, okay, so this looks pretty straight. Okay, so I probably started around, so I went down and went up. So I probably started May 21st. That's why I said I wasn't really consistent, because if I was, it would be a little bit more like this, like movements. It would have been up and down. So I started this account with 34 grand. Today 42. But throughout this account, I have done a lot. At one point I had two accounts in this, which had a side account and a main account. I had a main account where I did some long-term holdings actually companies, and then my side account was where I did my options trading. But it was too much to manage, so I switched my long-term holdings to Fidelity, and then kept Schwab as my options account. And that's why all this zigzaggy inconsistencies are coming from. But we can say we are having a good month. So because we were up a little bit higher this morning, actually at 44 grand this morning after I was done trading, but somehow we're back down. So happens. I don't even know what happened. I don't really care. I'm not going to trade for another probably 2 days right before I travel, and that'd be it. So the only new positions I have got into are, let's go to positions. If you remember from my long term or my my portfolios, I was talking about how I had a custodial account for my little brother. Here it is, the custodial account. He likes Amazon because he likes buying shit from there, and he gave me a couple dollars, so $64 to be exact, and I put it all into Amazon. And right now he is negative because of whatever happened in the past couple of days. But I am up 4 grand for my total like accounts. I'm not sure if that 4 grand is including my cash that I have. Probably. As y'all know, I'm also new to this. We're all learning together. I'm just being more vulnerable about my stuff. So guys, here are my options in my account. My first option, I probably entered, well, let me explain. My Nvidia and Google option, I have been in for definitely over a year. I probably bought these, let's just say probably at 190. And then I bought Nvidia probably at like 1 or maybe 140, to be honest. I had really bad times. This was when I didn't know shit, but I did know one thing was that I had to extend the length of my contract. So that was good because of that, I'm gonna make my money back no matter what. I had to sit through negative 60, 70, 80% on both of these option calls, but right now they are back up to about negative 30 and negative 40%. And there were so many times I wanted to close out of all of them. I actually had more Nvidia calls, but I just couldn't stand looking at all that damn red, so I sold and just left 2 contracts left. But recent plays are the ETF strategies. From long-term account, I just transferred it to my options account. Like I said, I have been more of an aggressive player in everything I do, but I'm learning to be more conservative, so I have gone with the ETF. So it's a lot easier to track. It's a lot to track because I don't have to know I don't have to watch a bunch of charts. I could just watch this chart. I mean, the top 10 probably, the top 10 the ETFs for the most part as far as SPY goes, or like the tech stocks move SPY for the most part. But it's a lot easier to look at my account and be like, okay, so down, this is down, this is up, this is up. Okay, we can move forward. But previously I used to have like 10 companies in my account and I'll have multiple options on them, and that was like draining. The new play I just implemented is to basically have longs on all main ETFs that I believe in, which would have been SPY, but I didn't like the price of SPY, so I went with VTI instead. And then SMH, the semiconductor space, best out of what was available. So I just bought that. And I didn't want to spend over, I think I have the notes somewhere around here. Yep. So I don't know what date I bought this, but I do have the notes right here. Okay, not focusing. So I don't know what day I bought this, but I do have the notes right here. I did not want to spend more than 5 grand on XLV, which is the health stock, the health sector. I did not want to spend more than 5 grand on SMH, which is the semiconductor sector, and then the general stock market, which is VTI. I'd spend more than 7 grand in that sector. So I did exactly that once I saw my trends go my way and the stock market started picking back up. I was a little late, so I didn't enter like perfectly, but it's okay to miss some green. And my entry points for my new strategy going into ETFs, I am now up a significant amount on my long-term ETFs, based on where I was coming from. So we know for sure I have VTI. I bought that for about 7 grand and I'm already up 90%. I bought semiconductor ETF for about 5 grand. I'm already up. Well, I guess I bought it for less than 5 grand if I'm up over already. And then sad XLV. Here we go. Yeah, I'm 14% XLV. That's new, but we have time on our side, so we're gonna just keep that regardless. But yeah, we already made whatever we put into the market, and that's all that matters to me. So, I mean, Google and NVIDIA were just bad calls that I made when I was still learning the options trading. And I've been through so much with like this thing. I had somebody actually invest in me at first, and then I just wasn't comfortable paying somebody and then he wasn't putting as much effort into my portfolio as he was his portfolio. And I really appreciate that. So I decided to take advantage of my stuff myself and still deal with the military and deal with school. But since I've graduated now, I've been trying to focus on learning whatever I need to put myself above the next or the old version of myself. And I think ETFs are safer and they definitely work. So I would suggest starting with ETFs or at least looking into them. Also, I said in my main account or on my long-term account, it's the same thing. I would have some ETFs and some of your top stocks. Mine, Google and NVIDIA, because NVIDIA, nobody's better than Google. I'll always like Google. It was Amazon and it should be Amazon, but Google's a close like fourth to my heart. So I went with Google instead. It was Lily too at one point, but Lily is kind of having a shit show right now. So I'm going to wait for the right time to buy into Lily, and then hopefully we see that in the portfolio soon. Things I learned so far growing on my options account, I would say be patient. Don't enter too early. I've lost so much money just trying to be gritty and over trading, which is why I have to practice not trading every day now. Which is also the reason why I stopped trading futures, because I always went in when I didn't need to and just trying to quick scalp and not really have like my friend. So that's one thing. Another thing I learned is it's okay to just let what you have run. It's part of just not over trading, but I always have this fear of missing out. So I always want to jump in no matter what. Like if I see like my doing stupidly well, I would want to like get a little bit more. So I've been trying to practice not always jumping in. Like these that I have going all the way out to 2027, no matter what, there's no reason I should not make no money off of them. And they're so far out that I can be sitting on a possible 500% play on my ETFs. So I'm just gonna sit here and eat slowly but surely regardless. And then when there's a bigger pullback during next year or August of this year, I will dump too much money in here and we'll figure out what we do then. But without further ado, if you enjoyed this video, please like, comment, road to 1,000. If you want to see the fun side of your boy, please check out my main channel, you feel me, which is Surfields TV. You dig? That's where all the shits and gears come out of me. Yeah, I'm more professional. Yeah, I'm not always like this. It's two sides of me. I like being serious, but I also like, I don't know if this video is gonna come out. I'm not really sure if I did this video right. I'm not sure if I'm not sure a lot of shit, but I'm sure we're here though. So yeah, I'm with this. Without further ado, I'm catch you on the next one. Stay positive, stay motivated. Peace and love, baby.